Jagadish Mukhiji, Nagaland Raga Chief Minister Sri Nifin Rioji, Ami Nagaland के अहिगिना खुशी खुशी पाए से सबके नमस्कार को आसे. My dear sisters and brothers, I'm indeed very happy to be here with you in the beautiful state of Nagaland. It gives me a great pleasure to inaugurate these buildings and complexes today, marking a milestone in the developmental journey of Nagaland. I'm happy to note that one of these complexes is the Office of Directorate of Information Technology and Communication, Kohima. This building also houses Nagaland's first software technological park and will have the state-of-the-art facilities to impart training to entrepreneurship to youth. The government high school buildings, which I have inaugurated in various villages, which were mentioned, will contribute to the government's efforts to improving primary and secondary education. This government high school, Chamukedima village in Dimapur district, and government high school, Difupar, BED, Dimapur district, and then government high school, Joheshia village in Dimapur district, and also the Yojane other government high school in Mapungchak district. All these are inaugurated today virtually. And also I have inaugurated just now another building, as I mentioned to you, the Information Technology and Communication building, the Minister's Residential Complex, Kohima. All these were virtually inaugurated. I would have been more happy to be actually doing that, because virtual is not actual, but it is factual. It's the reality today. We can't help it. One is because of the pandemic, other is because of the communication. As my helicopters could not land there, they made a trial also yesterday. My dear friends, the developmental story of Nagaland is moving on, but it should be further accelerated. In this connection, my compliments to the state government and all other related officers that have worked to develop and operationalize this infrastructure. I would also like to thank all of you for the warm welcome accorded to me here. Nagaland is synonymous with hospitality, friendliness, and generosity of spirit. It is a pristine repository of rich cultural traditions and linguistic diversity. Friends, I have always said that peace is an essential prerequisite for progress and prosperity. If you have tension, you cannot pay attention. So that being the case, peace should be the prime component for development for which all of us should work. I call upon the people to not to encourage the forces of violence, and I also call upon those people who have taken to violence to come back to normal life, because you cannot achieve anything by violence. You will be putting hardship to the people. If you are really interested in the prosperity of the people, you must help the peace process. And way forward is dialogue, discussion, and decision. Other than that, there is no way. And you cannot challenge the might of the government of India, because the government of India is committed to the safety, security, sovereignty of the people of India. And India includes Nagaland. India includes Northeast. All these beautiful states in the Northeast, they are part of our country. So that being the case, all this, there are issues of border, there are issues of local identity, there are issues of other nature. These issues can be discussed, debated, and decided. People's patience, I can tell you, is running out. They want early decision and they want resolution to the issues. I would like to compliment the Honorable Chief Minister, Nifu Rio, for taking initiative and also all the legislators calling upon these people who have taken to arms to go back to the discussion table. I'm happy that discussions are going on in Delhi. I hope that they will come to conclusion at the earliest. This is needed to promote all-round development. I am certain that driven by a cohesive sense of purpose, the people of Nagaland will contribute to the fast-tracking the progress of the state. People need road. People need transport. People need health facilities. People need education. People need employment. People need the other services. They need drinking water. They need sanitation. They need a good infrastructure, good playgrounds. They need opportunities to utilize the natural resources that are available within the state of Nagaland. All these are possible only through peace. All these are possible through democratic process. Democracy is the best system in the world, and we are proud that Indian democracy, parliamentary democracy, is really working well, and the state legislatures, and if the parliament, it works more effectively, and the political leadership takes more care, the development can be accelerated and people can be provided with happiness. People want not only development, not only welfare, not only wealth. People want peace and happiness. Happiness makes the people more happy. Having buildings, okay, fine. Infrastructure, fine. Other facilities, fine. Food, fine. All these are fine. But the ultimate thing is, if there is all-round development, if the poverty is eliminated totally, if literacy is achieved fully, I'm proud, happy that more than 80% are educated. But 100% should be our target. And also, we must see to it that the gender bias should be eliminated at the earliest. After all, the women also form part of the society and state, 50%. They should be given their due after proper consultation. And all the leadership at various levels, they should all, the community leaders particularly, they should take lead and see what is happening, the transformative approach throughout the world and also throughout India. We should see to it that women also get adequate representation and proper recognition. For this, we need to work as a team, Team India. Team India, central government, led by Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi, state government, led by Sri Riyoji, and the local bodies and the village councils, they must all work together. They must work in unison. Then only the development can be accelerated. We may have be different political parties. You may be different political parties. But the aim is happiness of the people. Aim is all-round development of the country and Nagaland. That being the case, we should all join hands and work together for this and take the country to greater heights and also the region. The union government, led by Sri Narendra Bhai, on its part is leaving no stone unturned to ensure the many-sided development of Nagaland. The Prime Minister raised special emphasis on the development of northeastern states. We are indeed aware the Union government is focusing on the infrastructure development in the northeast region in a big way. The Prime Minister Narendra Bhai highlighted on multiple occasions the central government's development thrust under Act East policy. Look East, now Act East. And now another thing is fast. Act fast. Because people's aspirations feel why it's not coming to me. Every individual must be assured that he is part of the developmental story. That is possible if you work as Team India. Nagaland is known for its diversity, richness of handicrafts and agro-produce and its hard-working people. On the other hand, there is still huge potential to be tapped in different sectors for giving a fillip to the all-round development of Nagaland. If all infrastructure projects can be on fast track on a priority basis, Nagaland will benefit greatly in the coming years. Infrastructure development is vital to improve ease of living, enhance trade, improve schooling outcomes, health indicators, security situation, and attract tourists to the state. Improving infrastructure has multiplier benefits for the country. My dear sisters and brothers, in the recent Sustainable Development Goals SDG India Index 2021, Nagaland has performed well on certain indices of development, while the state needs to work on other indicators. I am pleased to know Nagaland has done well on gender equality, decent work and economic growth, and life on land, among others. We must move on further. The fact that in Nagaland, crimes against women are the lowest in the entire nation is really laudable. On the other hand, the state needs to improve upon indicators such as health and well-being, affordable and clean energy, sustainable cities and communities, industry and innovation and infrastructure. The state, as we know, has tremendous potential. People are very intelligent. And I am certain if all these efforts are made, it will move up much higher in the overall ranking from its current position by 2030. An important aspect of good governance is the timely and easy delivery of services. This is more important. All the bureaucrats working at various levels, they should focus on delivery system. Plans are fine, programs are fine, and finance also are coming. But the problem is reaching out to the individual, reaching out to the people without delay, without diversion, without dilution. That is very important. So for that, I suggest that everyone should focus on transparency. Government should provide all information. Information with confirmation is more than an ammunition to the people. Give them correct information. What is the scheme? How much it costs? When it was started? What is the agency? What is the targeted date? Then how it's getting completed. These people have a right to know the information. Not only about this, the government of India gives huge funds. The state government also provides funds. And what are the funds? What are the programs? What region? All this information should be made available to the people. And secondly, there has to be an amount of accountability. If there is a delay, if there is a diversion, who is accountable? What level? It has to be fixed. And people has to be told, aisa nahi chalega. You have to work hard. And third one is, for this, there has to be zero tolerance towards corruption. Corruption is the enemy of the nation. I came to Nagaland in 2003. Earlier, I was Rural Development Minister. Later, I became Urban Development Minister. Huge progress has been made, but much more progress could have taken place. This has to be understood. This is the case with all the states, particularly in the Northeast. So good governance is required to ensure time-bound delivery of various services to the people in seamless manner. It is important to promote the use of digital technology and ensure complete transparency in the execution of projects. There should be zero tolerance, as I told you. That is possible if you digitize everything. DBT, direct benefit transfer, pension, scholarship, compensation, like that many amounts are coming. They should come and go to the account of the beneficiary directly. That's why the Prime Minister was keen to have bank accounts. कुछ लोगों ने मजाक उड़ाया, पैसा नहीं है तो बैंक अकाउंट खोलने में मतलब क्या है? Some people started talking like this. Now they understand more than 60 crore people have opened their bank accounts. They are getting all this in their bank accounts. So that should be the system, that should be way forward. There should not be any line, any queue, coming and standing in line, meeting people, greeting people, shaking hands and doing something in between hand is not required. Avoid middlemen. reach the people directly. For that, digital transformation, direct delivery is very much important. We must involve citizens in the delivery process as participatory governance mechanisms like social audits will go a long way in assuring quality and accountability in the government schemes. My dear friends, before I conclude, I would like to point out that among many sectors of the Indian economy, only one sector performed well, even during the pandemic, with more than 4% growth, that is agriculture. Hats off to the farmers. In spite of adverse conditions, the production has gone up by 4%. Farmers are unorganized. They don't have enough information. But still, the growth is 4%. That there is huge potential in agriculture. In the Nagaland also. During the lunch, I was discussing with ministerial colleagues, detailed on various issues. And also food items. The pasme fruit, the pineapple fruit, and also avocado. Avocado, the chief minister told me that avocado is available here. Avocado in Delhi is 1 kilo 400 rupees. But its value is not realized in Nagaland. We should explore the markets. We should promote. We should organize the farmers and educate them about availability of market. E-market. Farmer from here must be able to sell to Calcutta, to Delhi, and other market people. If they can order, it should reach them. And these farmers should get the good price. Middlemen should not be allowed to exploit the farmers. That is one important aspect. We have a lot of natural resources. And the Northeastern Council is there to discuss the problems, if any. And also the Prime Minister has got a special interest in the development of Northeast region because India is moving forward. But the moving forward cannot be complete if any of the states lag behind. Without Nagaland, without Northeast, the development story is not complete. And you are a border state here. You can also establish communications through a transparent system of a mutual give and take approach. We can export certain products to our neighbor and import certain products. But it should be two-way traffic, not one-way traffic. What is required for us, we can import. What is surplus with us, we can export. This is possible if you have proper communication system. So likewise, there are many areas where we can work together, and also as the world is coming together, thanks to information technology. Everything is available on net. You have that information. We must learn the good practices. The states must follow good practices. And then we must have success stories replicated at various levels. That is possible if there is a regular dialogue and connect between the people, and also if there is a transparency in the entire system. My dear friends, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister and his colleagues for giving me a wonderful reception today, and also the Governor of Nagaland, who is now in charge, Professor Jagdish Mukhiji, is an experienced public personality. He was recognized as the best finance minister, and he was finance minister of Delhi. It's not by government alone, even everybody, they have recognized. And that recognition really helped Delhi also to improve the finances. With his advice, guidance, and with the hard-working nature of the Chief Minister and his team of ministers, ably assisted by bureaucrats, I hope the state of Nagaland will make further progress. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.